A practice match on the bill today as these two sides test each other out. Tonight's clash between Sydney and Gold Coast.
Down the thunder from the sky. What though the odds be great or small, the Swans will go in and
Umpire tosses the coin. The Suns kicking to the left of screen. Well, they say patience is a virtue, but if we wait any longer for the siren to kick things off, I'm sure this crowd will get a little unruly and maybe take matters into their own hands. Umpire gets this underway. Naismith hits it. Thompson taps it. Guided down nicely by Swallow. It bounced straight into his hands as if he'd just called a puppy with a whistle. Kennedy with the torpedo. And over the boundary line she goes. It'll be the umpire's ball. The ruckmen battle it out. Tapped by Witts. Kennedy holds the ball, and that'll be a free kick for Swallow. Gets boot to high. Marked by Heaney. Send the torp in, big fella. Strong mark. Here's a chance for Tipper, 30 metres out. A set shot on a 45-degree angle. Going for goal number one. It's in the air. The Swans get a goal on the board first.
Tippett wears his heart on his sleeve and he just bleeds for this footy club.
Dishes it off by hand. Sends the Sharon on its way. Almost a mark, but it bounces off his chest. Gives it to Thompson. Gets the ball out of heavy traffic. The mark is taken by Swallow. Swallow goes to midfield. Marks. He gives the ball a mighty roost. The ball being picked up before it makes its target. Aaliyah heads in for the goals. Unfortunately placed ball finds its way into the opposition's grasp. Lovely hand pass hits the man. The ball is thumped towards goal by Franklin. A good start to the game for the Swans. All is in readiness. The ball bouncing well. Hit by Naismith. Clean hands with a difficult bouncing ball. He plays on now. As Darren Hinch would say, shame, shame, shame. That shot wasn't meant to hit the fan. Franklin kicks it out of bounds on the full. Nice bit of power there. The mark missed by Parker. Hanley bumps. Thompson kicks. Witt's looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one.
Sydney haven't taken many marks so far, but it doesn't seem to matter. They've still had the ability to get the ball into the forward line and convert it into a goal. Jack marks the ball. He lines it up with the goal. Jack with the shot. The ball's up. Got the distance and the accuracy.
The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. Witts directs it down. He gets his hands on the footy. Nice hands. The umpire allows play to continue. Takes it well. Lobs the pass. Puts boot to ball. He wins the contest.
Kolodjasny's really good at reading the play out on the field. He just needs to start doing it faster. Thompson kicks it. Martin takes the mark. He kicks the ball. He takes a strong mark. It's played on.
Thompson is happy with that tackle. He's got him for holding the footy. Boots it. Oh, you can really tell he loves taking a contested mark. And the ball goes over the boundary line. It'll be a throw-in. The ruckman hard at it.
Gold Coast are being smashed at the clearances. They need to add some ferocious tackling, defensive play and contested ball winning to lay a platform to relaunch an attack on this match. Concentrating hard as he lines up the goal. Papley goes for home. May drops it. Oh, that's okay. Sometimes you've got to make a small sacrifice for the greater good. May has a lovely kick on him. If he can utilise that in heavy traffic, he will become crucial to his team's finals ambitions. That's a nice, strong mark. Sexton kicks the ball. Witts with good, strong hands, sending it on its way. Miller with good, strong hands. He gets boot to the ball. Lynch takes a contested mark.
Kicks. Takes that one strongly. Martin wastes no time and bangs it forward. The loose ball scooped up. Good tap from Smith. Lynch going for number one. Tantalisingly close. Behind. They really needed a goal there. He'll be disappointed with that effort. Boots it. Oh, he's dropped it. He'll rue that one. Hanbury decisively. The ball's come out of the pack like a chocolate bar from a slot machine. He gathers the loose ball. Jack lays it off by hand. He runs for home. The Swans get a goal. He's bagged a couple now. That's 3 in a row for Sydney. Gold Coast not doing so well at this stage. The umpire set to bounce to restart the game. Claimed by Witts. Controlled by Lynch. Hanbury gathers it. Lynch throws it. Clear as day. Naismith has a head which is much better than his feet. If only he had 3 heads, one on each leg. That play is as high-tech as it can find. He has a mighty kick at the footy. He wins the contest. Make setting up the play. Sends it out of the defensive 50. Franklin on the ball at the moment. Franklin shoots. He'd like that one again. It was a shocker off the boot. Out of bounds on the full it goes. Kolodjasny kicks it forward. Marks.
When you look at the set shots at goal, there just aren't enough scoring opportunities being created. Get the ball inside 50 and give your forwards a chance to mark. But the Suns' forwards are dangerous anywhere inside 50. They just need to be given a shot. May kicks the ball. No one around troubling him there.
Puts boot to ball. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. Miller slams it on the boot. Ablett marks it. He's a long way from home, but he's a chance. The opposition forgot about him, and he takes the easy mark. Delivers the footy with a beautiful drop pass. Good mark by Lynch. 60 metres out. Lynch shoots. Is it high enough, long enough, straight enough? The Suns need to put in everything they have to try and turn this one around. The rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. The bounce, laser straight. Naismith taps it. Deft touch from Thompson. Jack comes away with the ball. Sends the Sharon on its way. Franklin with the interception. Head down now as he goes in for the goal. Sydney are liking this, a 4-goal lead. Good bounce. Punched by Witts. Naismith gets the ball. He has the ball. Thompson grabs him way too high. That's got to be a free kick. Hands it out to open space. They've conceded possession. The ball came out of the pack like a wet salmon. Takes control of the bouncing ball. Dishes it off to the running player. Franklin did well then. This lead getting bigger now. Sydney by 5 goals. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Clean tap by Witts. Jack taps it. The ball in the hands of Franklin. Nothing presenting. He fires it to an empty space. The Swans have scored the last 3 goals. Sydney by 6 goals.
Franklin is one of the most astute decision makers in the game. Footy is becoming more and more a thinking game, and you can't be out there purely on physical ability. He's a great asset to his club.
Naismith aims for his man on the ground. Franklin was clearly holding the ball there. Witts sends the ball on its way. The contest, no match for him. Heaney pounds it long to his teammates. Guided by Thompson. Rowan picks up the bouncing ball. He handballs it. He runs into the goal. A goal for Sydney. Franklin kicking his half dozen. That's impressive. They're starting to stamp their dominance on this game.
Franklin has such a sweet kick on his wrong side that you can't tell it's his non-preferred boot.
The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. Nice mark there. There's a vast chasm between him and the goals ahead. Oh, tough break. Lynch was hoping for a goal there. It's not the score he was looking for. The defence are doing a decent job of making kicking out difficult, so I'd suggest he takes his time and just looks for the right option. Martin read the play better than anyone else and takes possession. A lovely drop punt. Hanley marks it. Gets boot to leather. Naismith couldn't keep his hands on it. Jack hand passes it. Parker drives the ball towards goal. Misses the goal and goes through for a behind. It's not the score he was looking for.
May wears his heart on his sleeve and he just bleeds for this footy club. He grabs it. Joyce boots it. Strong mark there. Collar Jasny kicks the ball. Really solid use of the body to outmark his opponent. He doesn't want to take too long lining this shot up.
He's been told to play on. The ball finds its way into the grateful clutches of the opposition. Gains possession. He receives the handball. They say you miss 100% of the shots you never take, so hopefully he can just shrug that one off. I would have expected him to nail that. Kicked by Joyce. No one troubling him there. Kicked by Hanley. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. Booted by Thompson. Swallow looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one. Nice hands. A desperate kick there. Miller with the mark. Gets boot to leather. Oh, you can really tell he loves taking a contested mark.
Gold Coast just can't find a free man inside 50 and it's really having an impact on the scoreboard. Lynch boots it. Matera with the spill. Running in for the goals now. He kicks the ball. He's missed the goal.
He'll be disappointed with that effort.
Alia would like to think he hits all his targets, and for the most part, he does that. Parker boots it long. Franklin takes the mark uncontested.
Here he is going for goal number 7. Sydney add one to their tally. Franklin with number 7. They simply can't contain him. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. The bounce. Claimed by Naismith. Tapped by Thompson. Charged down by Ablett. Swallow collects it. A low stabbing kick. Miller trimming the grass with that kick. Steady hands there as he holds that one. He shows the quick hands. Slams it on the boot. Franklin making his way in. Let's hope he's compensated for the win. I would have expected him to nail that. Not much on offer for May. Thompson with a gigantic kick. There's the siren for the end of the quarter. The score's at Sydney 58 to Gold Coast 9.
Sydney will be happy with the early scoreboard pressure they are applying to the Suns. They are setting the standard out there, and it will be interesting to see how Gold Coast can come back after.
First break is over. More bounce than a dodgy check. Witts directs it down. Has it now. Swallow with the running catch. Interception. Jack dishes it off to the running man. Franklin working like a bricklayer who gets paid by the row. He's heading for home. Jams it on the boot now. Nice work from McVeigh. Rosa controls. Lovely hand pass. Hits the man. Hall with an easy mark. Bumps the pigskin. Ablett claims it. Look at the concentration on his face as he lines up for the goal. Kicks hurriedly. Kennedy marks.
Kennedy gives a great mark, strong overhead and on the lead. Hanbury with great hands. He plays on with it. He boots it. Miller gains the loose ball. Witts gives the ball to the running man. Even under extreme pressure, he's got the handball out. Day gets the mark without contest.
He's kicking on about a 30-degree angle, which could prove challenging. Nice goal from Day. That's his first.
Day can be very consistent. He does still need to do some more work to make sure he brings his A game to every match.
The Ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce.
Sydney Ruckmen cannot win a hit out, and their midfielders are reading the Suns Ruckmen like a book, and they are getting first hands to the ball. Tip it with the football.
The Ruckmen, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Witts totally outclassed in that contest. Franklin taken high, and he'll get the free kick. He plays on now. Inside 50 now. Make drops the mark. A free kick paid for some off-ball trouble. Joyce kicks. He runs out of room and crosses the boundary line. A lot of jostling as the boundary umpire puts the ball back into play. Kennedy intercepts it. He gets his hands on the footy. Hanley hand passes the ball to the runner going past. He goes the short option. Handballs to the running man. Swallow takes an uncontested mark.
Well, the Suns haven't been able to set up many shots at goal, but I'm not sure that's the forward's fault. The ball has been coming in way too slow. You can't expect your forward to kick a winning total that way. Lynch boots it long. That's a nice strong mark. Wright taking aim.
Kicked at goal by Wright. A goal for Gold Coast. Wright getting his first right there. Bounce goes the ball. Deft touch from Witts. Kennedy has the ball. And he's heading for home. Takes control of the bouncing ball. Franklin takes aim for goals. Chalk up a goal for the Swans. They increase their lead. Sydney over. Gold Coast by 49. A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Knocks it down in front. Thompson on the ball at the moment. Hanley will take the free after the ball was thrown. Jams it on the boot now. He was never going to get that. Scoops up the bouncing ball. Intercepted by McVeigh. He's been seized with the ball. That's going to be holding it. Clearing it with ease here. Almost a touch of synchronised swimming about that mark. Minus the peg. Parker with a relatively easy shot. A solid mark from Thompson.
Thompson's got good knowledge of the game and he can see the events unfolding in front of him, but he just needs to react a little faster. Heaney finds the pass. Out on the full. That's a free kick for Gold Coast. Puts boot to ball. Martin claims the ball.
Kicks it. Simply outplayed the opposition there. 50 metres out. It's an understatement to say they really need this one. You've heard the expression shooting fish in a barrel. Well, this is shooting fish in a fish market. Nice bounce. Big thump from Witts. Miller feeds the hand pass out. Gets boot to high. Oh, you can really tell he loves taking a contested mark. Lynch will be kicking from, as they would say, downtown. 35 metres out. A 45-degree angle for this kick. Word is this guy is the most reliable kick for goal on the side. Materik with a great kick. That's 2 in a row for the Suns. Not sure if that will have much effect.
Matera can be very consistent. He does still need to do some more work to make sure he brings his A game to every match.
Kicks. He sneaks away for an uncontested mark. 45 metres out. Dake must be aware of the pressure he's under. This needs to go through. You've heard the expression shooting fish in a barrel. Well, this is shooting fish in a fish market. It's not the score he was looking for.
Alia is a pretty decent kick of the footy, but you can always be better. He plays on with the ball.
Going for goal number 1. That's a very well executed goal. He sinks his first goal. Alia increases the lead. The ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. The bounce is straight up and down. Witts with a big fist on it. Has it now. He hand passes the ball. Jack again, Richo.
He has been outstanding all match, Den.
It's like giving a bazooka to Mr. Bean. Out on the full. Gets boot to leather. Harbrook gets the upper hand. Kicks. Swallow has it. Swallow kicks hard along the boundary line. Kolajasny grabs that one. Delivers the footy with a beautiful drop punt. Naismith intercepts the bouncing ball. Franklin making his way in. Let's hope he's compensated for the win. The kick just clears the line for a goal. Franklin with goal number 10. Sensational. This one gives them an even bigger lead. Punched by Witts. Grundy controls. Holding the ball is the call. Lynch feeds it wide. Kennedy was surrounded. He needed to mark it, and he did. Slams it on the boot. Miller gathers. Naismith gathers. Naismith aims for his man on the ground. Hanbury handballs it. Franklin with the tap. Good tap from May. It bounced straight into his hands as if he'd just called a puppy with a whistle. A magnificent kick right through the middle. That's his first. You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Witts decisively. He gets his hands on the footy. Lynch with his head down, running for home. Lloyd gathers, boots it. McVeigh gets the ball, sends the ball to open space. A lot of possessions for him. You've got to move faster than that. Holding the ball. Kicked by Swallow. The mark is taken by Naismith.
Naismith has no problems mopping up the loose ball. Mistakes are rare for him, concentrating hard as he lines up the goal. Franklin lines up. The ball's travelling. Franklin, he has sunk that from a long way out. The Swans bleed.
A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Witts hardly provided a challenge. Is in his possession. He's got the football now. Hanbury again, Richo.
Yes, he's had it again, Dennis. He just seems to be everywhere tonight.
Slams it on the boot. Kolajasny gets the mark without contest.
Kolajasny doesn't have the strongest marking hands in the league, but he's certainly very, very handy on the lead.
He'll be disappointed with that effort. Make will take his time. He doesn't want to see it turn over and come back straight over his head. Papley getting into position for the kick. Papley goes goalward. It's through. That's his first. The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Kennedy finds his man on the move. He takes control of the loose ball. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He's been caught holding the footy. Kicked by Jack. He gets above the crowd. Kicks. Hands like dinner plates. Pumps the pigskin. He takes an uncontested mark. Let's hope the shot at goal is as good as the delivery. Has it got the carry? Goal for Franklin. The Swans leads by 73.
He's got the evasiveness and the flashy tricks of a star.
Look at that bounce.
Naismith, he's creative with his game. He always makes an appearance on the highlight reel. Even under extreme pressure, he's got the handball out. Gets a handball to the running man. Witts kicks the ball. He wins the contested mark.
Date takes aim for goals. He's missed it. The Suns are really being punished. I would have expected him to nail that. Lynch will take the free after the ball was thrown. This game is slowly slipping out of their grasp. They must convert here. You've had the Ruckman awaiting the bounce. Look at that bounce. Claimed by Naismith. Gets the ball free. His kick slurs off the side of his boot. A miss from Jack. Sydney with a handy break, leading Gold Coast 108-41. He'll be disappointed with that effort.
The disposal efficiency has been fantastic, but Gold Coast need to begin taking more gambles if they're going to cause some damage on the scoreboard. Papley marks it.
Franklin steers the ball towards goal. That's a goal. What a long kick. The lead has been increased. Sydney leads by 79. The ruckman conscious of where their teammates are. They wait for the bounce.
Witt's got a really good footballing brain. Miller kicks it. He takes a strong mark. That's a very bad kick. Franklin marks the ball. He chooses to play it on.
Mate gets the mark without contest. Kicked in a flurry. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. Joyce with a low spearing kick. The opposition forgot about him and he takes the easy mark. A mark by Rosa. Plays it across half back. Takes it well. He steadies now in front of goal. Jack hammers the ball for goal. Clean pick up by Kolajasny. Booted by May. Thompson with the mark.
Thompson, he's not the biggest threat on the field, but he can make his opponent accountable, and he requires a watchful eye at times. Strong mark there. He kicks the ball. That's a mark. Kennedy boots it.
Nicely intercepted by Cunningham. Cunningham steers the ball towards goal. Sydney leads by 85. The ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Good bounce. Tapped by Witts. Hanbury comes in like a wrecking ball. Thompson taps it. Naismith was clearly holding the ball there. Jams it on the boot now. Ablett gets the upper hand. Gets boot to high. Martin takes an uncontested mark. Sends the Sharon on its way.
Even though Gold Coast are behind on the scoreboard, I think they'd be proud of their dominance in the marking contests, and so they should be. Miller taking aim. That's a nice strong mark.
This game is in danger of spiralling out of control. They must get a goal here. Here we go. Naismith really gets onto this one. He gains possession. Intercepted by Kennedy. Keeps it close to the ground. Off hands. It's impossible to outplay an opponent you can't outthink. Think about that. And that's the half. The Swans 126 to the Suns 47. Stay tuned for the halftime show. What? There's no halftime show. Seriously. Let's check out the stats.
Both teams fairly close in the handball stats. 39-29. Not a lot of difference in the tackling stats. Gold Coast is slightly ahead.
We're back for the third term.
They've come out from the long break and hopefully they have agreed upon the price they must pay for success. Doing this enables teams to ignore the minor hurts, the opposition pressure and the temporary failures.
Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. Dake a long way out. Lynch got under it. He steadies now in front of goal. He'll need a long-range boomer from here. And the fans are riding this one home. The goal eludes him just wide of the target. Well, they've got a point, but it won't be enough to get them back into this. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. Aaliyah. Swallow gets the upper hand.
Look, the Suns haven't been able to set up many shots at goal, but I'm not sure that's the forward's fault. The ball has been coming in way too slow. You can't expect your forward to kick a winning total that way. He gets boot to the ball.
A mark by Franklin. Talking to a football doesn't do much good unless you do it while your opponent is lining up. A monster kick will be required from here. He must have intended to kick that somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Bad kick, resulting in a free to Gold Coast. Kick by May. The spilled ball is collected. Hits the running man. Naismith, cool under pressure, releases in time. May feeds it wide. A great effort.
Thompson has been a solid contributor for this team. His coach will know what to expect from him week to week, which really helps when structuring the team. He gets boot to the ball. Lynch marks it. Good hand skills there. Swallow kicks it. That's a nice strong mark.
Day getting into position for the kick. 50 metres from home. A 45-degree angle for this kick. The Suns should really pack up and go home at this stage. It's not the score he was looking for.
Sydney have been so precise with their disposal and with their delivery their forwards have been receiving. It's no wonder the Suns are starting to fall behind. Rosa kicks the ball. Day takes a contested mark.
Day with the shot. It looked like a goal, but it grazed the post. It's not the score he was looking for. Hands like dinner plates. Witt's going through his routine. Unfortunately, they made the grass very short tactically this week. The ball goes over the line. Both ruckmen battling for the front spot. Witts aims for his man on the ground. Deft touch from Kennedy. The ball is thumped towards goal by Martin. He can't close the deal, and it's a point. Fair to say that'll have little impact on the scoreboard. This is the footy equivalent of rope-a-dope. The Suns are barely hanging on right now. It's not the score he was looking for. Jack got under it.
The dominance we're seeing from Sydney at the moment has come mostly from their running goals. They just haven't been able to get up to the contests and take a mark inside forward 50. Lining it up with the goal now. Jack gets onto the ball. Franklin goes for home. Franklin kicks it straight through the big sticks. The Swans lead.
Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce. Witts with the mighty fist. The spilled ball is collected, is in his possession. Goes for distance. Cunningham marks. As cool as a prize marrow as he lines up for this shot. 45 metres out. Cunningham pulls the trigger with the ball sailing for goal. Slots it. 3 goals and a fine display from Cunningham. The bounce is straight up and down. Witts is a class above. I expect he'll continue to dominate Naismith. Naismith pulls the trigger with the ball sailing for goal. They say you miss 100% of the shots you never take, so hopefully he can just shrug that one off. He'll be disappointed with that effort.
May has a lovely kick on him. If he can utilise that in heavy traffic, he will become crucial to his team's finals ambitions. Kennedy marks the ball. It's in his possession. Hanbury boots it. Thompson takes the mark.
Boots it. And the mark will be paid. Choose to kick it. He controls the bouncing ball. Shanks that one. Joyce looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one.
No questioning whether Gold Coast can take a mark. I think everyone has seen enough cheap marks taken out there. Gold Coast need to start kicking more direct for goal. He wins the contested mark. Ablett kicks it. He gets it under pressure.
The ball being picked up before it makes its target. Lovely hand pass hits the man. Steady hands there as he holds that one. Miller just gauging which way that wind is blowing. He'll need a long-range boomer from here. A 45-degree shot is not too hard. He just has to keep his cool. He has a mighty kick of the footy. The ball over the line. The umpire has released the ball. Big thump from Naismith. Tapped by Ablett. Sends it on its way. Make takes advantage. The ball in the hands of Thompson. Choose to kick it. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. Kicked by Lynch. Marks.
The Swans are having shots for goal on the run rather than looking to hit targets inside 50. And why shouldn't they when they have so many quality kicks in the team? That's a mark.
Jack opts to play on. Bounces favourably for Miller. Yet another possession. Gains possession. Shot at goal by Franklin. What a goal from a mammoth kick. That's one more for Franklin. And that puts them further in front. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Witts without a touch. The clearance by Naismith. Holding the ball is the call. Kicks. A mark by Wits.
No questioning whether Gold Coast can take a mark. I think everyone has seen enough cheap marks taken out there. The Suns need to start kicking more direct for goal. He cuts the ball off, puts boot to ball. Matera marks it.
He'll need a long-range boomer from here. Wow, do they need to score. Matera with a massive goal. That's number 2. The bounce. Guided down nicely by Wits. Hanbury comes away with the ball. Exclamation point. How about that? I reckon my mum could have caught that in a penny. Jack controls it. Puts the head down as he runs in. Nice kick. The Swans over. The Suns by 94. Good bounce. Wits got a fist on it. Guided by Miller. Was that a throw? I think it was. He chooses to play on. Kennedy won't hit the intended target. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. He kicks it long. Wits grabs that one.
Wits has no problems mopping up the loose ball. Mistakes are rare for him. He taps it. Ablett gets possession. Puts boot to ball. Great hands. Kennedy kicks the ball.
Scoops up the bouncing ball. Franklin is getting the ball again and again. He kicked that one like my wife would. He puts it out of bounds on the full. Make with no time to delay with that kick. Picked up under pressure. McVeigh with the mighty fist. Parker hand passes. Cunningham approaching home now. That's 2 in a row for Sydney. Sydney lead the Suns by 100.
Cunningham is good, but he doesn't always find that best option while in congestion.
Franklin with the torpedo. And the ball crosses over the boundary. The ruckman battle for position. Guided down nicely by Naismith. Swallowed decisively. He's got the footy in his hands. Jack getting accustomed to kicking goals. The Swans in front. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. A dead straight bounce. Good tap from Naismith. Franklin sticks out his hands and collects the ball. And over the boundary line she goes. The umpires with a good throw. One down by Wits. A favourable bounce. Approaching the goals now. Chalk up a goal for Sydney. Methodically, the umpire bounces it beautifully.
Naismith just has endless possibilities. I'm really excited to watch this kid grow. He takes a strong mark. He hand passes it. He slams that on the boot. It's a mark.
He kicks with power. And the mark will be paid. Booted by Miller. Great mark. Ablett slams the ball onto his boot, trying to get it away as quickly as possible. Didn't middle that kick, did he, Richo?
If you're going to kick that poorly, you may as well just give the ball straight back to the opposition.
Jack wins the marking contest. He threaded the needle to get the handball out. So well timed. Tippett decides to play on, jumping at shadows. Kolajasny swoops on the loose ball and will have a change of possession. Tippett with the mighty fist. The ball is thumped towards goal by Franklin. Only a behind. Disappointing kick there. Steady hands there as he holds that one. Joyce with the kick. Thompson with the mark. Choose to kick it. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. Naismith boots it. Kennedy collects. You wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alleyway. Chips it down towards half forward. Lynch with the mark. A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. He puts some power into that kick. Perfect timing from Smith.
The dominance we're seeing from the Swans at the moment has come mostly from their running goals. They just haven't been able to get up to the contest and take a mark inside forward 50. Strong mark there. Hanley with the tap. Miller picks it up. Wits gets the ball.
Straight down the field. Ball goes over the line and out of play. The umpire will launch it in from the boundary. Here we go again. Guided down nicely by Naismith. Hanbury handballs it. McVeigh again, Richo.
He seems to always be in the contest, Dennis.
Solid as a rock, and he comes away with a lovely contested mark.
Even though Gold Coast are behind on the scoreboard, I think they'd be proud of their dominance in the marking contests, and so they should be. Grundy picks up the ball. Heaney with the football.
Well, it could be worse, I suppose, Richo.
He might as well have just dropped the ball on the ground, Dennis.
The ball goes over the boundary in the pocket. Here we go again. Naismith taps. The bouncing ball is controlled. Make with the interception. Hands it out to open space. Kicks it. Heaney has it. Bumps the pigskin. Nice contested mark by Kolajasny. Richo, what do you think about that?
Sydney have all the momentum going into the last quarter. The Suns need to respond, initiate some different options to wrestle this match back.
Let's have a look at the stats.
Both teams fairly close in the tackling stats. The Suns 30, the Swans 29. Both teams are neck and neck for handball disposals.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Richo. Only one turn to go now.
You and
Witz wins the tap. Terrible timing by Naismith. Jack kicks it out of congestion. Tippett marks it. Let's hope the shot at goal was as good as the delivery. 25 metres out. A set shot on a 45-degree angle. Nice goal from Tippett. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. Both rucks have a fair shot at this one. Witz, try swinging your purse next time. Rich coming from the guy wearing makeup. Gains possession. McVeigh feeds the hand pass out. Jack heading in. Watch his style. Controlled by Tippett. Tippett with the goal. That's number 4. That's 6 in a row for the Swans. That could be the final nail in the coffin.
Tippett He's shown a lot of character with his recent performances.
Deft touch from Naismith. The ball in the hands of Swallow, collected by Jack. Jack decisively. He gets his hands on the footy. The ball is hammered towards goal by Franklin. I can't believe it carried the distance. That's a great goal. Sydney have scored the last 7 goals. That could be the final nail in the coffin. Naismith punches it. Franklin holding the ball as he's collected by Witts. Witts feeds it wide. Hanbury knows he needs to hang on to them. It's like he has the ball on a string. Approaching the goals now. He takes an uncontested mark. Matera on the borderline of his range. Wow, do they need to score? Has he? Yes, he's paid it. 15 metres out. Wright will realise the precarious position his team faces and knows he must convert. The bounce is dead straight. Witts, try swinging your purse next time. Rich coming from a guy wearing makeup. Has it now. Nice bit of power there. Nice work from Smith.
The Sydney big men are not pulling down many marks inside the 50, with most of the Swans' scoring opportunities coming from shots on the run. Franklin kicks the ball.
Superb handball. Tippett running in, about to kick. It looks like the Swans have this one in the bag. The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Naismith with the punch. Casanova would have been jealous of that pickup. Picked up by Miller. Handballs from the tackle. Lynch gets the hand pass. Marked by Matera. 50 metres from home. A set shot on a 30-degree angle. Is it high enough, long enough, straight enough?
Matera wears his heart on his sleeve and he just bleeds for this footy club.
Ruckman awaiting the bounce. Handballs out into space. The ball is slammed towards goal by Franklin. Sydney with the upper hand in this match, and it shows on the scoreboard, leading 195 to 69. I would have expected him to nail that.
Hanley needs to do a little bit more work on his jumping. He can get some good height, but it's the timing that's not quite there. Parker shoots for goal. Goal for Sydney.
Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. There's the bounce. Naismith nicely outclassing Witts. Franklin aims for his man on the ground. Puts the head down as he runs in. Kennedy with the behind. Disappointing kick there. Mate waiting for the man to free up. He picks up the loose ball.
Let's play on.
It's shaved the post. The Swans with the ascendancy over the Suns, leading the match 203 to 69. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. Snicks the ball away in time. Takes that one strongly.
Miller is a decent mark, although he really needs to work on his marking contests because he just isn't making an impression there. Lynch will be trying not to stuff this one up. A nice contested mark.
Going for goal number 3. He's having a ball, if you'll excuse the pun. Big goal for Gold Coast. Umpire bounces the ball. Clean tap by Naismith. What was he thinking? The umpire will ball it up. Naismith aims for his man on the ground. He has the ball. Franklin starts in, his shadow beside him. Where else would it be? Well, depends on the side. That could be the final nail in the coffin. Umpire has the ball, ready for the centre bounce.
Naismith is really good at getting up in the ruck, but his directional taps need some more work. He almost anticipated just where the pass was going and got there first. Witts gets it off the ground. The ball is gathered. Kennedy passes it. Franklin with his head down. A goal to Sydney.
Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. The bounce, laser straight. Tapped by Naismith. Hanbury with the handball out of the pack. He seems to have the ball on a string, Richo.
Yes, he's had it again, Dennis. He just seems to be everywhere tonight.
Picked up under pressure. Kicks it across the ground. Coughed up by Witts. Right now he looks like a man in a darkened room trying to discover where all the furniture is. Kicks it across the ground. Adlet lines it up. Slams it on the boot. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. This game is slowly slipping out of their grasp. They must convert here. That's one area of his game that does need improvement.
Sydney just seem to hit every target with their disposal. They're just incredibly efficient in this match. Matera shoots for goal. Gold Coast get the goal.
The umpire set to bounce to restart the game.
Witt's shown a lot of character with his recent performances. He handballs it. Hanbury intercepted that well. He's got the footy now. Approaching home now. Franklin kicks it straight through the big stick.
All is in readiness. Nice bounce. Witts decisively. He threaded the needle to get the handball out. Ablett tackles. Thompson decisively. Good tap from Witts. Wow, what a hit. Reminiscent of young, lethal Lee Matthews. The hindposts should be cowering in fear. Naismith with the kick. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. Here's a chance for Franklin. Too far out to score, surely. An ideal position to be kicking from. He picked it up off the ground. Can you count that as a moral victory? Sydney in front. He plays on with a little kick. Gets boot to high. A nice uncontested mark for Joyce. Boots it. Nice work from Franklin. Talking to a football doesn't do much good unless you do it while your opponent is lining up. Distance could be the problem. The big kick for goal goes straight through. And one more to his talent. And they stretch out their lead.
Franklin is a freak at understanding and anticipating his opponent's actions.
Bounce goes the ball. Witts aims for his man on the ground. Takes possession. He's able to thread a needle and that kick comes out of the pack. 50 metres out. Shot at goal by Matera. Off hands. Smith has played a shocker. He's like a long jumper who can't reach the sand. Right in no hurry as he prepares for the kick. 20 metres from home. And he's kicking on a 30-degree angle. This could prove difficult for him. This is the footy equivalent of rope-a-dope. The Suns are barely hanging on right now. A dead straight bounce. Witt's not even close to getting a hit out. He might have to take a leaf out of the Karate Kid and sweep the knee. An absolute mongrel from Canterbury. Nice mark under pressure. Tippett dishes it off by hand. Cunningham looking to add another. What a match he's having. The Swans are nailing the coffin shut.
Cunningham needs to practice his goal-kicking routine. It helps a player handle any situation in the game. If he does that more often, then he might enter the league of the elite goal kickers.
Hanbury handballs it. Franklin making his way in. Let's hope he's compensated for the win. It's not the score he was looking for. Picked up by Harbrow. The ball in the hands of Jack. Naismith gathers. Franklin getting into position for the kick. He'll need a long-range boomer from here. Franklin with a kick at goal. All eyes are watching. What a goal from a mammoth kick. Franklin is doing as he pleases in front of goal. This kick stretches the lead.
Franklin is a thumping kick of the footy. He can kick it out of view if he wanted.
Witts directs it down. Takes possession. He's got the football now. Naismith with the tap. He controls the bouncing ball. Franklin whacks one on the boot for goal. Gets the behind. Disappointing kick there.
May's got good knowledge of the game and he can see the events unfolding in front of him, but he just needs to react a little faster. Jack slams the ball to his boot. Witts gains the loose ball. He taps the ball. Witts scoops it up. He hits it. Ablett handballs to space.
Kicks towards the middle of the ground. A solid mark from Naismith. He puts some power into that kick. He wins the contest. Richard, what are his chances from here?
He'll need a bigger kick than he has from here.
Distance could be the problem. Does well to keep it in play. He kicks it gun barrel straight. Tippett extends the lead from that kick. That's 3 in a row for Sydney. That could be the final nail in the coffin. The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Naismith with the first touch. It bounced straight into his hands as if he'd just called a puppy with a whistle. Perhaps he was trying to audition for the ballet. Lynch looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one. It's an understatement to say they really need this one. Drifts wide to go through for the behind. Not enough help gained from that kick.
Let's play on.
Disappointing kick there.
The Swans have been so precise with their disposal and with their delivery their forwards have been receiving. It's no wonder Gold Coast is starting to fall behind. He slams that on the boot. May gets the bouncing ball. Tip it. Hand passes the ball.
He's got the head down as he charges home for goal. Sydney could score the last 4 goals. That could be the final nail in the coffin. A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Cleared by Witts. Grundy decisively. He gets his hands on the footy. Franklin comes away with the ball. Tapped by Naismith. Papley kicks. Just fell through. The lead has been increased by Papley. You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Clean tap by Witts. Miller has the ball. Lynch is able to grab it on the half volley. Smith gets the upper hand. He shows the quick hands. Mills slams it on the boot. He takes an uncontested mark. Chip kick along the wing. Scoops up the ball. Jack gets the ball. Jack taken high, and he'll get the free kick. He shows the quick hands. Shanks that one. He gave it a crack, but it sailed wide of the goal. He'll be disappointed with that effort. Couldn't complete the mark. Picked up under pressure. Couldn't pull it off. We'll have a throw in. It'll be the umpire's ball. The umpire's throw is a good one. Witts with the punch. Jack aims for his man on the ground. He handballs it. And the ball goes sailing out of bounds. The umpire will throw it in. The Rucks are going at it. Naismith knocks it down the field. Cunningham going for number 6.
Well, the quality of disposal's been pretty soft out there, and that's enabled the Suns to rack up the marks. The Suns need to cut out these junk possessions and become more attacking. Score for Sydney. The Swans are in front.
Ruckman awaiting the bounce. The Rucks can't complain about that true bounce. Claimed by Naismith. Franklin gets it on the bounce. Kolajasny with the tap. He runs into the goal. He doesn't seem to be suffering from insanity. In fact, he seems to be enjoying every minute of this. It's not the score he was looking for. Stuck the mitts out and held on to it. Thompson puts the ball in the hands of fate. Marks.
Hanley, he's not the biggest threat on the field, but he can make his opponent accountable, and he requires a watchful eye at times. It's a mark.
Thompson feeds it wide. Takes that one strongly. Gets boot to high. Great mark. The Suns were really taken to task. Well, final scores are 68-89. Thanks for joining us. As always, it's been a pleasure. We look forward to seeing you back soon.
What though the odds be great or small, Swans will go in and win overall, while her loyal sons are marching onward to victory. Cheer, cheer the red and the white, honor the name by day and by night, lift that noble banner high, shake down the thunder from the sky. What though the odds be great or small, Swans will go in and win over all.